What if the internet stopped working worldwide for one day? Imagine you wake up tomorrow, reach for your phone, and nothing. No notifications, no news, no TikTok, YouTube, or even Google. At first you might think it's your Wi-Fi. You restart the router, of course, that ancient ritual of modern life, but still nothing. Then you try mobile data. Still nothing. Soon you realize it's not just you. The internet, the very thing that stitches modern civilization together, has vanished. And not just for your house or your city worldwide, for one entire day. At first, the reaction would be panic mixed with denial. People would rush to cafes, libraries, and offices to check if maybe their connection still works. Spoiler, it doesn't. The first few hours would be pure chaos. Students would cheer because online classes are cancelled. Workers would suddenly discover they can't send emails, join Zoom calls, or even pretend to look busy in Slack. For about 5 minutes, it would feel like a holiday. Then the real problems begin. Planes in the sky rely on internet-based systems for communication and navigation. Many of them would have to divert or land early just to stay safe. Stock markets? Closed. Banks? Paralyzed. Most people don't realize that even ATMs need the internet. Suddenly, cash would become king again, at least for the day. Supermarkets might even stop taking credit cards. And if you were unlucky enough to be ordering food delivery when the internet crashed, sorry, your pizza is never coming. Meanwhile, governments around the world would scramble to figure out what happened. In the first hours, conspiracy theories would explode. Ironically, not online, but whispered across radios, TV, and face-to-face conversations. Aliens must have done it, someone would shout. It's hackers, another would claim. Politicians would give long, dramatic speeches on TV, pretending they still had everything under control. Spoiler again, they don't. But something funny would happen too. Without the internet, people would suddenly start noticing the world around them. Kids would go outside and rediscover something called the playground. Adults would sit on park benches, reading actual paper books or newspapers. Teenagers, after 15 minutes of screaming into dead phones, might even talk to each other. Shocking, I know. Some people would take naps, others would dust off board games, and families might have real dinners together without pausing every 2 minutes to check their phones. Of course, businesses would be bleeding money by the second. Amazon would lose hundreds of millions of dollars in a single day. Netflix would go dark. Social media influencers would experience a full-scale identity crisis. Imagine explaining to an influencer that they can't post for 24 hours. The horror. But strangely, society wouldn't collapse entirely. Planes would still fly with backup systems. Cars would still drive, and electricity and water would keep flowing. Life would feel frozen in the 1990s, when you could still survive without Wi-Fi. People might even enjoy the nostalgia until they remembered how boring it is to wait in line at the bank. By evening, though, frustration would peak. People would try to call relatives the old-fashioned way, and phone networks suddenly handling far more traffic than usual might start to crash too. The world would be eerily quiet, not because there's no communication, but because our constant online noise has gone silent. Some people might even notice how peaceful it feels. Right before they start panicking again because they can't check the weather or track their steps or watch cat videos. Finally, after 24 long hours, the internet would return. Phones would explode with billions of notifications. Social media would drown in memes about the dark day. Influencers would cry tears of joy as they post dramatic comeback selfies. And everyone would rush to share their personal, "I survived without the internet" stories. Even though all most people really did was stare at the wall and wonder if they'd have to talk to their neighbors. So, would humanity survive one day without the internet? Yes. Would it be chaos, inconvenience, and comedy all rolled into one? Absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, it would remind us that while the internet connects us to the world, sometimes disconnecting shows us the smaller, weirder, and surprisingly human world right in front of us. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and like the video. Write "what if" in the comments and suggest your own option.